Saturday, 26 February, The Gap News This Morning. Broadcasting live from Kuala Lumpur, I'm Ghazali Abdullah. Palm oil hits 6,000 ringgit a ton following Ukraine crisis. UMMC dentistry building still safe following tremors from a 6.1 magnitude earthquake. 32,070 COVID-19 cases on Thursday, highest daily record. Russians ready to storm Ukraine's capital. Russia bans British Airlines from its airspace. And UEFA strips Russia of right to host Champions League final due to Ukraine invasion. And now the news in full. Malaysia, a net exporter of crude oil and the world's number 2 palm oil producer, stands to benefit from the record-smashing gains in global commodity markets sparked by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, says analysts. While the conflict has pushed Brent oil past US $100 a barrel, palm oil topped 6,000 ringgit a ton for the first time ever Friday to extend a record-breaking run fueled by smaller output. MIDF research reaffirmed bullish calls on the energy and plantation sectors, while the Kuala Lumpur-based TA Securities said a decline in local stocks would be a buying opportunity. Despite multiple cracks in the walls of University Malaya Medical Centre's Faculty of Dentistry building following the earthquake in Sumatra, Indonesia Friday morning, the building has been confirmed as safe for occupation. A source from University Malaya who requested anonymity told the Vibes that the hospital's management had vacated the staff earlier after the aftershock tremors had hit various parts of the country. It's business as usual. Earlier, we were told to vacate our staff. Our team of engineers went to check the building. At 4 p.m. Friday, they reported that it is structurally sound and that only various parts of the walls were affected with the cracks, said the source. Other medical practitioners from UMMC's private wing, University Malaya Specialist Centre, also confirmed that they felt the building shake earlier. Malaysia's daily COVID-19 cases continued to rise with 32,070 recorded Thursday, the highest since the pandemic began in 2020, reports the NSD. This is the second consecutive day the country reported more than 30,000 daily infections. Data on the Health Ministry's COVID Now showed that of the new cases, 31,861 were local transmissions, while 209 were imported cases. Active cases now stood at 286,521. Currently, 95.6% of COVID-19 cases in the country are undergoing home quarantine. 2.8% treated at hospitals, 1.5% at COVID-19 quarantine and treatment centers, and 327 at intensive care units, where 201 are being ventilated. Ukraine's President Zelensky says the Russians will storm the capital Kiev in the coming hours. New explosions are heard in Kiev as Russian forces capture an airbase nearby. Kiev's mayor, the former heavyweight boxing champion Vitaly Klitschko, warns of a difficult night ahead. Vladimir Putin tells Ukrainian soldiers to overthrow their country's leadership. The US, EU, UK and Canada target Putin with sanctions. NATO is sending more troops to Eastern Europe to reassure allies and deter Russia. Russia is stripped of Champions League final, kicked out of the 2022 Eurovision Song Contest, and stopped from hosting F1 Grand Prix. Western nations have ordered personal sanctions on Russian President Vladimir Putin and its Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov over the invasion of Ukraine. The men's assets in the EU, US, UK, and Canada will be frozen, and in the case of the United States, a travel ban imposed. The announcement came on the second day of the Russian attack on its neighbor. Such punitive measures against leaders are rare. The EU has only ever imposed sanctions on the presidents of Syria and Belarus, for instance. The US, for its part, has previously announced measures against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro in addition to Syria's Bashar al-Assad. It is unclear how significant the assets of Mr. Putin and Mr. Lavrov are in the US, EU, UK and Canada, and what practical impact the sanctions will have. British Airlines have been banned from landing at Russia's airports and from crossing its airspace, the Russian civil aviation regulator has said. Russia said the move was a response to the unfriendly decisions by the UK aviation authorities. On Thursday, the UK banned Russia's national airline Aeroflot from landing in Britain. The measure was part of sanctions introduced following Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. And now for some sports news. Paris will host the season's Champions League final after St. Petersburg was stripped of the match due to Russia's military invasion of Ukraine, UEFA announced. The showpiece occasion of the European club season will be played at the Stade de France on Saturday, May 28. European football's governing body said after holding an emergency meeting in response to the crisis. UEFA wishes to express its thanks and appreciation to the French Republic's President Emmanuel Macron for his personal support and commitment to have European club football's most prestigious game move to France at a time of unparalleled crisis, a statement said. To end the bulletin, here are the headlines again. Palm oil hits 6,000 ringgit a ton following Ukraine crisis. UMMC dentistry building still safe following tremors from a 6.1 magnitude earthquake. 32,070 COVID-19 cases on Thursday, highest daily record. Russians ready to storm Ukraine's capital. Russia bans British Airlines from its airspace. And UEFA strips Russia of right to host Champions League final due to Ukraine invasion. This has been the Gap News this morning, Saturday, 26 February. The Gap News is also available on the internet news portal Melaka Hari Ini. Podcasting live from Kuala Lumpur, I'm Ghazali Abdullah.